Ladies and gentlemen, as you guys know, I like to dive into the story of individual characters within Call of Duty. In fact, we've gone through a lot of different characters within various different Call of Duty games. Now, today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be going through 10 different characters that are my 10 personal favorite characters. And the reason why I'm doing this is because often when I stream or in the comments of my videos, people ask, what is my favorite Call of Duty character of all time? And I think that's because we've went through so many different characters. And today I'm going to go through what my 10 favorites are. And I almost guarantee you will not be able to guess what my number one favorite character is. Now, another cool thing about this video is every single character that I'm going to talk about in this video, I have made a full story of, going through their entire backstory, what it is in their various different Call of Duty games. So if you want to check out any individual character, all of those links are down in the description. But I'd also like to hear what your favorite characters in any Call of Duty games are. So let me know what your favorite characters are down in the comments. As far as this list goes, this is only going to be the good characters. If you want to see a separate video where I go over my favorite villains in Call of Duty games, let me know down in the comments and hit that like button. Let's say if this video hits 12,000 likes, I'll do a video going over all of the different villains. Now, chances are your list is going to be different than mine here. So if you disagree with me, that is completely fine. Let me know down in the comments. Like I said, this is just my opinion. But without further ado, let's start off with number 10.
Right. What the hell kind of name is Soap, eh? How'd a muppet like you pass selection?
So right away, starting out, we probably have a character who you thought was going to be much higher on the list, and that is obviously Soap McTavish. Now, as far as this character goes, don't get me wrong, it's a great character. All of the characters on this list are. The thing is, though, is I think he is the weakest character on this list. And the reason why I say that is because Soap McTavish is really a character to give more story to Captain Price. He is essentially Captain Price's little brother, son. Captain Price essentially takes him under his wing. Throughout the story of Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3, you never really find out anything about the background of Soap McTavish. You never find out about his motivations. All his motivations just kind of revolve around what Captain Price wants to do. Now, don't get me wrong, he's a cool character, he's a good character, but I just wish there was more backstory and more background information on this character. The one thing I will say is his death scene is by far, in my opinion, the saddest scene out of any Call of Duty, just because of the relationship between Captain Price and Soap McTavish. But again, I don't think that's on Soap, I think that's on Price. So don't worry, we'll be hearing from Price later in the video.
No.
Soap! No! Soap! You have to go now! Get off me!
I'm sorry.
Desert wandering aimlessly, traumatized. He expressed warnings to others of a force so menacing and unbeatable, it could only be described as supernatural. He called them ghosts.
If there is one character on the list I think you should go and watch their individual video for, it is Logan Walker. Now, I'm kind of cheating here because I'm putting Logan Walker and the dog Riley kind of in together as one, because this is an interesting game story-wise. The story is relatively straightforward Call of Duty. However, the main difference is you are fighting alongside your family. Essentially, Logan is fighting alongside his father, his brother, and his family dog throughout the entire campaign, which adds a lot of different elements that no other Call of Duty game has. And your feelings towards your fellow characters are much higher because they are your family, which I think is pretty cool. Now, on top of this, halfway through the game, your father actually dies to the main bad guy, which makes you hate him even more.
You know I'm not telling you a damn thing.
No? Let's see if I can change your mind.
No! Son of a bitch!
Easy, Junior. I ain't even started with you yet.
Logan, look at me! Look at me, son!
That's right. You look at me. Watch you die.
God! I'll kill you, you hear me? I'll kill you, son of a bitch! I'm gonna kill you! Motherfucker! I'm proud of you, Logan. Everything's gonna be okay.
Oh, you are right, Elias. I'm not a ghost. I'm the man that hunts them and sends them back to the other side.
All in all, Call of Duty Ghosts got a pretty bad rap because of its multiplayer, but honestly, the campaign is pretty good. That's why I say if there's one video on this list that you maybe don't know much about, it's probably this one, and you should check it out because the campaign ends on a cliffhanger with Logan being taken away, but I kind of explain in that video what ends up happening to him, so the cliffhanger isn't so bad and we'll never know the answer. And what's interesting about this character is with Logan Walker, you have one game to get an impression on him, Call of Duty Ghosts, whereas Soap, who we just talked about, you have 3 different Call of Duty games where he's all a main part of the campaign. So I think if Logan had more games to kind of develop his character, he might actually be well higher on this list, but based off of the circumstances, he's our number 9.
Ever since I could hold a rifle, I wanted to be like you, Paul. You've always been a tough act to follow. But I'm damn sure gonna try.
Number 8, Red Daniels. I've talked about it before, but I think Call of Duty World War II is the most underrated Call of Duty campaign of all time. This campaign is really damn good, and Red Daniels as a main character is fantastic. They do this really interesting thing where they give you his backstory as a kid working with his brother in the forest and how Red actually feels responsible for his brother's death because he was unable to pull the trigger as a kid. This comes back into play with his not brother, but brothers in arms during World War II, where he is destined not to make that mistake again. And that's actually how the campaign kind of ends. He ends up being able to save Zussman, his friend, because he is able to pull that trigger. And I think this is a really cool thing to, first of all, show how bad World War II was, but at the same time show that these were real people fighting in this real war. Honestly, this character is really well done, and it's kind of the opposite of Soap, where you don't have these crazy awesome supporting characters, but the story of Red himself and his backstory carries him through this entire game.
So this belongs to you. Because the sacrifice you made taught me that a hero will risk it all to save his brother. And you'll always be both to me.
Wake up. Wake up.
Where am I? Where's Reznov?
You will answer our questions. Do you understand?
Number 7, Alex Mason. You're probably surprised that this is so low on the list because I've said it in the past before, and I stand by it, that Alex Mason's backstory is the best out of any Call of Duty character. The idea of being brainwashed and having to remember what happened to you is an amazing plot device. But as a character himself, Alex Mason has an incredibly dry personality. He doesn't have any award-winning lines. He is not that interesting. What makes him interesting is the story and story alone. If you take Alex Mason's story and add on Frank Wood's character and line delivery, Alex Mason would be an unbelievable character, but he's basically only got half the package. Now, half of that is what makes the Black Ops series so damn good, and that's why he's on the list, but the reason why he's not higher is just simple, a lack of personality. Now, I will say that this could be a part of the character. Remember, he is brainwashed, and he's fighting through that through the whole Black Ops series. That might be why all his lines are kind of dry, but as far as the character goes, his story's awesome, his personality's dull, that's why he's at number 7.
Come on, Frank. Introduce you to somebody. Al, this is Dave. Dave.
How you doing?
This is your dad.
You got friends nearby? You too.
Moving from Alex Mason, now our next character is Alex. Just Alex, no last name. This is from Modern Warfare, and he is the most recent character on this list. Alex is a fascinating character, and it's for one reason and one reason alone, and that is mystery. Alex isn't actually his real name. It's a code name given to him by the CIA, and we never find out through the entire campaign what happens to him. However, what they do throughout the entire campaign is very directly explain his emotions to working with CIA and essentially being this unnamed soldier. Working alongside Farah gives him a passion to do good for the world instead of being this secretive CIA agent. And by the end of the game, he makes the decision to sacrifice himself for the greater good because he's essentially sick of being this masked soldier. And I think this is a really good combination of a mystery of who this character really is and the truth of his real emotions. I think they did a really good job of portraying that. The one thing I don't like about Alex, and the one thing that if they would have changed, he probably would have been higher on this list, is when they brought him back into multiplayer, they didn't explain what the hell happened to him. He literally blew himself up in a giant explosion, and then they're like, oh look, he's back, but missing a leg. And they never explained how he got out, who saved him, or any answers to any questions whatsoever. But other than that, Alex is a really damn good character.
You are a freedom fighter, Alex.
You're a born leader, Farah. Say the word.
Go.
Yes, ma'am. Good luck.
Bang! You can't kill me! You shoot, GI, you shoot! Fuck!
Number 5, Frank Woods. So Frank Woods is awesome. He is such a good and well-written character. His personality is fantastic. His one-liners are iconic, and really that is why he is this high on the list. It's just an amazing, amazing personality that can carry the story of missions. Now, the downside to Frank Woods is the opposite of Alex Mason. He doesn't really have a great backstory. His story relies on Alex Mason's story. But because he has this amazing personality, as a whole, I do think he's a better character than Alex Mason. Even when Frank Woods came back in Cold War with a new voice actor, they still kept his same personality with his ridiculous one-liners. Oh yeah, and not to mention when they brought him back in Black Ops 4, he was actually banging Savannah Mason, who is Alex Mason's granddaughter. That's right, extreme cradle robbing. But as far as Woods goes, there's really nothing else to say. He's just a great character, great personality, and great one-liners.
Not a fucking word, Bill.
Things are very rarely entirely as they seem. The key is to try to grasp the bigger picture.
Coming in at a number 4, this is the only character on the list who is not a part of a campaign, a part of the story, is just an operator, or at the time a specialist character, and that is of course Spectre. Spectre is by far the most mysterious character of all time in any Call of Duty game, and just as an operator, there's very limited information to work off of. Now, I still believe the fact that Spectre is Jessica Mason, which would be one of Alex Mason's granddaughters. But the fact that I can even make that statement and have this debate at this point is what makes this character so awesome. There is so much information, yet so little out there on Spectre is what makes this character fascinating. Spectre is a masked character, one you know very little about, but was one of my favorite to play as in Black Ops 3, and story-wise got its own season within Black Ops 4. This is just one of the reasons why Spectre is fantastic, and by far my favorite operator or specialist character of all time.
Listen to me very carefully. Watch your back. Everything you know is wrong.
Simon.
Right.
Can you talk?
I can listen.
Number 3, Simon Riley, aka Ghost. Now, this is a super interesting character. Another one that is shrouded in mystery, always wearing the Ghost mask. And it's interesting is everything that we see with Ghost in the actual game is relatively straightforward. He's a character that works alongside Captain Price. He wears the Ghost mask. He's very secretive. But where Ghost gets incredible is with his backstory. Now, unfortunately, this is actually not a part of the game. This is something that you have to read his comics to know about. I wish they would have just made this a mission, a backstory mission for Ghost. It would have made the game so much better, and if they did that, this would be the #1 character on the list by far. But unfortunately, you have to read the comics. You find out about his extremely sad backstory and why he wears the ghost mask to hide his identity because he faked his death. It's an amazing, amazing story. If you want to check out that video, it is linked down in the description as well. Trust me, that one is definitely worth your time. But along with being an awesome character to complement the story of Modern Warfare, he also has one of the most iconic death scenes in all of Modern Warfare, which just so happens to also be one of the most important scenes in the game because it completely changes your aspect and worldview of General Shepard and who the enemy truly is. That is why Ghost is #3 on the list.
We have the DSM. We got it, sir. Good. That's one less loose out.
This is for the record. History is written by the victor. History is filled with liars.
Captain Price, aka Mr. Modern Warfare. This is the most important character with Modern Warfare. Without Captain Price, there is no Modern Warfare. From the very beginning in Call of Duty 4, Captain Price is what held this series together. He had an amazing personality, he was the leader of the group, he took Soap McTavish under his wing, and most importantly, this is the first character that Call of Duty ever did this with. They gave him a backstory. In the mission All Gillied Up, which just so happens to be a fan favorite mission, this is where they give the backstory of Captain McMillan and Lieutenant Price working alongside each other to take out Imran Zakhaev. This mission is so important to build Captain Price's backstory and the foundation of Modern Warfare as a whole as a game. As the series continues and as it rebranded itself in 2019 with the new Modern Warfare, Captain Price once again reprised his role as a leader. With a new voice actor, people still loved this character, and I still love this character. Now, I will say the new Captain Price is different than the old Captain Price in regards to what lines they are willing to cross, and I should really make a separate video about that altogether, but I will say he's still one of my favorite characters.
Bravo 6. Going dark.
My name is Viktor Reznov.
So as I said, you probably didn't guess the #1 character, Viktor Reznov. This character is so good, so well written, and different than any other character on this list. Now, at this point, you'll probably realize one of the things I love in my characters is a good mystery, and Viktor Reznov is exactly that. From the very beginning of Black Ops 1, Viktor Reznov isn't alive. He is in Alex Mason's head, something that we never really see throughout any of the other Call of Duty games. And they use this so well as a storytelling device to show you exactly how Mason is really messed up. And remember how Mason was lower on this list? Mason might not even be on this list if it wasn't for Viktor Reznov. Another cool thing about this character is in Call of Duty World at War, we actually kind of get to see the origins of Viktor Reznov and see how he incorporates into World War II and not just the Alex Mason story. Now, not only does Reznov have the mystery, have an awesome story, he also has an amazing personality, which is another reason why I love him as a character. Without Reznov, the Black Ops story wouldn't be nearly as good as what we know it as today. And that is why he is my favorite character of any Call of Duty game. But like I said, you probably didn't guess that one. So let me know what your favorite characters are down in the comments. You can write a list, just write your #1, whatever you please. Also, if you enjoyed this video, it is always appreciated if you do hit that like button. And as always, if you like what you see here, want to stay up to date on all my videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on. Thank you so much for watching the video, and until next time, peace out.
You can make it, my friend. You always survive.